So by popular demand and a great rework a few patches ago, Xin Zhao has become one of the most dominant junglers on the scene. He excels in both crowd control and damage and has a great ability to adapt his gameplay style. For these reasons, he is very successful in the solo queue scene. In this video, I'll show you how I play my Xin and just how good he becomes when itemized and played correctly. As always, please excuse any slip-ups, word trips, or rambling in the video as I am doing the commentary live. Again, thank you for watching. Alright, here we are on Summoner's Rift again, this time with Xin Zhao. I gotta tell you, this guy is one of my favorite champions, just because of the fact that he has the ability to carry games. Yes, the ability to carry games. A lot of times when you're playing solo queue, especially in the lower brackets, you find yourself stuck with feeders, trolls, etc. Some people lose their lanes, some people can't handle their lanes, etc. And when you play a CC, tank heavy jungler, when you gank, when you're team fighting, it's not really your job to get kills. Obviously, you're really supposed to try to let your carries get them, or your bruiser, anything. Just if you're a tank, you're supposed to kind of lay off and be an assist whore. Swing and a miss. Anyways, getting back to what I was saying. Basically, this character is different. You can get kills on this character, and you can use them effectively and efficiently. Yeah, I mean, he has the ability to carry games, so if you're struggling in the bronze bracket or something, and you want a good jungler that can really carry a game if played correctly, definitely go with Xin Zhao. I have to say, he is the man. He is a fantastic jungler. Both CC and damage output. Definitely going to start at blue here. If I had a support or somebody with me, I'd obviously start Wolves, but I was playing it safe here. Just starting at blue, just being safe. I do get my Q first for that pop-up, and the extra attack damage is also nice. But the pop-up is really cool, especially on a leash. I mean, I didn't take much damage there. And I am running more offensive than defensive runes and masteries. As you can see, I have a bit of attack damage off the bat, and the rest is armor pen, where it's not attack damage. I get my W second because it does give you that survivability early in the jungle. And, you know, it's quite good. Very, very good. The passive is very nice on that. The attack speed, or my attack speed's low, but it's still quite good. Pop a health pot and clear on over. Xin Zhao, the rework they did on him was really nice. They fixed his ulti, which is really cool. So you can do a ton of burst damage if you want to, which is awesome. And you can also set your team up for kills if you don't hit anybody with it, and you get a good position with flash. That's why I chose flash from this character, by the way. A lot of people say exhaust, but if you can flash ulti somebody behind you and knock them into a good position for your team, or knock them out of position for that matter, that's exactly what you want to do. Is Xin Zhao. It's perfect, literally perfect. Anyway, I'm clearing red here. Kind of slow in the beginning. Gonna kite that around a little bit until I got my smite up, which I do, and take that out. I get my charge next. Your charge on Xin Zhao, if you haven't played him, is unbelievable. You actually do max it first. Well, I choose to max it first. If you don't want to, I don't know why you wouldn't, but it's really good. Anyways, I'll explain that in a minute. Right now, I'm looking at this Rise, who is looking cocky. I see his wave is about to push. My Zyra gets in a good position, and I charge in for it. I forget to pop my W, though. Noob mistake. Probably would have been able to get that knock-up without having to flash. But for some reason, maybe I thought I hit it. I don't know. All I know is I definitely made a mistake there. Anyways, the benefits of your E are, if you're jungling, you do want to max it first. I think you might max it first even when you're laning. I'm not sure. But I know when you're jungling you do, because it does provide a pretty good amount of AoE damage. I mean, that's not really its main use, but that comes with it. You do get a good amount of AoE damage on that. But the big thing is, with the ranks of the charge of the E, you get obviously a lower cooldown, and you also get a much more drastic slow, which is extremely good because obviously it makes your ganks that much more strong and that much more frequent for that matter, which is absolutely awesome. Looking at a blank screen here, must have forgot to fraps over that. I'm sure it'll fix in a minute. Any second now. Space bar. Hit space bar. Just staring at nothing. There we go. Alright, anyways, getting back to what I was saying. Sorry about that. Yeah, your slow is that much stronger, that much more effective, and the greatest part about it is that it allows you to not have to really build you don't have to build like utility items early or slow items. You could really just go straight for a brutalizer or something, or anything like that that gives you that increased damage. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and probably try to get this guy here. He's gonna push up. Yep, he's gonna push up. Wrong time to push up. Knocked him in the Zara got it. Didn't get that knock up. I'm 0 for 2 on the knockup, but 2 for 2 on the kill, so that's what's good. Fortunately, we have a brand support, which is apparently too strong. I am looking to go bot, I believe, though. Looks like it. Yeah, I'm gonna go try to go bot here. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we shall see. Alright. Oh! He was being cocky. That's what happens when you get cocky against a Xin Zhao. The burst damage you have, even though you're not maxing your Q, as you can see, like, even if you're not maxing your Q, I mean, you're still doing tons of damage, and there was no way he was getting away, which is awesome. And also on that rise kill just now, I feel like that probably, without my increased slow, it would have been a big problem. So definitely E is the more favorable choice to max. Going back now, I'm gonna buy Russia Wriggles. Yeah, you know what? A lot of people are arguing now over whether or not Wriggles is the way to go on these champs. People say, you know what? Just get the freaking Madreds and leave it at that. Why? I mean, lifesteal. I mean, granted, Madreds does make clearing faster, but lifesteal's not a bad choice on these carry junglers, especially Nocturne, Xin Zhao, these kind of champs. I mean, for 800. You get your lifesteal, your Vamp Scepter, which is always a good choice regardless. And for an extra 100, you get the Wriggle itself, which is a free ward every so often. I mean, that's awesome. Anyways, I'm going on this rise again because he's not learned his lesson yet, and that's another kill for my mid. So if you see someone being aggressive, take advantage of it because it's hilarious. I mean, yep. I mean, it's just terrible. Just terrible. Last game I laned against Teemo and it upset me. Our Pantheon was owning. I didn't have to gank for him like once this whole time. He was owning that Nasus. He decided to play Pantheon after getting countered by Teemo last game, and he wrecked him. Totally wrecked him. So totally lost my train of thought. I was talking about Wriggles. Wriggles is a good choice. Definitely, I like it. I prefer it. I always use my ward either for my mid or for the offensively to go counter jungle. Xin isn't a very strong counter jungler, but he's a very strong 1v1 champ. So if you're jungling or counter jungling rather, and you encounter the enemy jungler, there's a good chance you could take him 1v1, or at least stall enough time for your mid to come over and help you. Like I said, number one rule with counter jungling though is always be safe. So I don't know. With Xin, it's cool thing about Xin though is you obviously, I said it in the intro, but you can adapt pretty easily with Xin. You can build him any way you want. You can build him straight tank. I've seen him built straight tank, like straight tank, like unstoppable. And then I've seen him being built, Phantom Dancers, Youmu's, just straight up carry. He's a very, very, very adaptable character. You can build him any way you want him. I like a Bruiser approach, a half and half, but you know, it's any way works, whatever works for you. I'm gonna try to go save my Soraka. No, Soraka OP. Ah, she gets him, but it's not gonna matter. I flashed a position there, get a slow, knock him up, and then steal the kill. Do I steal it? I do. That's what's good though. It doesn't matter. Xin Zhao with kills, especially that's building the way I build them, is going to be just as useful. And you know what? Rise here might not make it either. Oh, he flashed. That's good. I burned the mid's flash. That's really good. That burst damage is crazy. That's why I love Xin Zhao. Even watching this replay back again at level 8, that much damage to a Rise. I mean, no, the Rise is under leveled, but I love that. That's just a good feeling, you know what I'm saying? See, there's my offensive counter ward there. I'll take these. At this point, Jungle Tryndamere, I don't see Jungle Tryndamere being viable at all, so I just clear the Wraiths. I expect this jungle is now mine. So I'll let them respawn. I don't care. I mean, I'll kill that thing 1v1 any day. Any day. I look here to see if Nasus is stuck it around, but no, I guess he's not. Tryndamere is complaining about his having the jungle, but I don't feel any sympathy because technically you could jungle as Tryndamere, it's possible, and you could definitely do a better job than this kid's doing. I can tell you that for sure. Just got to use that spin to get around walls. He can be pretty quick. I don't know. Far mid here, looks like. Totally let that one go. I don't know. Soraka OP, too strong. He is maxed. Hooray! Pantheon getting fed. Gotta love that. Oh boy. I mean, I don't know what I actually rushed in this video. Or this replay, that is. I can solo Dragon at this point, that's also a pretty good thing. I mean, look how much damage Dragon's taken with Wriggle procs and whatnot. Oh, that's another controversy. Some people say they want to go one of the spirits. A lot of people won't like the Tenacity spirit. I don't remember which one it is. Spirit of the something. Maybe Golems. But it's the one that gives you health and Tenacity. And you obviously would rush then the Spirit Stone rather than the Madreds. I don't see the point in that. I mean, I understand that you are maxing your W or your E first, and that does give you more damage overall, but it still doesn't make a difference. Kill Brand there. Vayne has no chance. I just try to assist Jack her, which I did. Pantheon actually ran out of nowhere to get to steal that kill, which is pretty funny if you were in the game. I mean, it was, I laughed. He's just spear chuck out of nowhere, but a fed Pantheon is never an issue, so no one's going to complain over that. Nobody whatsoever. A lot of controversy with these characters over what's the better build. Look, I mean, build I do feel like is a huge part of this game, no doubt in my mind, but skill is still up there. I mean, it's not going to make a huge difference in your gameplay. I mean, I don't even care. I rushed Merc Dreads, so it's not like I'm getting CC'd for very long. Plus, Xin Zhao's a pretty mobile champ. I mean, with that E, you can move around, and I mean, you can slow. So, I rushed a Phage, I guess, which in this game isn't a huge deal because I don't really think anyone on their team is building armor except Nasus, who's completely shut down. But I would probably rush a Brutalizer first almost every time. This is a character that needs a Brutalizer, needs a Black Cleaver, but the only reason I didn't is because I know our Pantheon's, oh, I think he actually rushed it first because Nasus is such a pain, you know, rushing those Iceborne Gauntlets every single time on every single Nasus. So the armor becomes an issue, so I think he Black Cleavered right off the bat. So I didn't do it. I went straight utility. I'm gonna go in CC bot in this game. Utility Xin. which is, you know, a good way to build him, even though I have 5 kills. But we were murking this team. AD carry getting fed, gotta love that. Fun stuff. Jungle Tryndamere. This kid is sad. Oh, he got Sivir. Son of a gun. Oh, what was that? You see, like that right there, that's confusing. I wanted to make sure Pantheon didn't steal this one because I know Pantheon's tendency to steal. So I ulti her at the last second. The spear was midair actually. He almost got her. That would have been terrible. Late game is ours. Tryndamere has a sense of humor. He was pretty upset, but Rise here has no chance. I actually got the stun that, or I got the slow that time, and yeah, he's pretty much fucked. Nothing Brand can really do here, especially since skill shots clearly are not his thing. I might have even been able to turn on him here, and did I actually? I might have been. I should have. Had I known, I would have totally turned on him. There would be nothing that kid can do. He just was not playing a good game. Might go Kindle Gem. Yeah, Kindle Gem here. Iron Locket Solari or whatever it's called. That's a fantastic item on Xin. It has everything you need. Its cooldown reduction is beautiful on Xin Zhao. Makes you more mobile. Gives you obviously a bigger damage boost. Plus you got armor and health regen. Flat health. Just great overall tank item, and you're providing a ton of utility to the team both when you gank and when you're obviously fighting team fights. The reason a lot of people get it so early, it's also, or excuse me, let me try that again. It's a really good item to get early, especially when you have global ultimates on the field like Shen per se, and Twisted Fate, anything like that, because it provides you a great way to cope with that. It gives you a way to basically account for them being there. That's a lot of things that people don't account for when they're jungling, and it kind of, I guess, separates the newer players from the more experienced junglers. When you account for a gank, you obviously, everyone accounts for how strong their opponent is that they're about to gank. But what a lot of people fail to, if you will, is fail to recognize is that if there are players that have global ultimates on the field, like a Shen or a Twisted Fate or even a Karthus for that matter, you have to really take into consideration whether your gank is going to be worth it or whether it would be more detrimental to the team than anything. Because when you have a player like a Twisted Fate or a Shen, and especially a Karthus, you have to watch out how much damage you take and how quickly you can deal the damage you need to deal in order to be successful. So if you don't think you can meet those requirements to be successful, you have to take that into account. And the Iron Locket of Solari does kind of alleviate a lot of that load on you. So it's a really good item, and I love it. I think I might have used it once this game because we're obviously not taking too much damage, but it's a good utility item. I mean, I was kind of scared maybe they'd make a comeback, but I mean, Pantheon fed. Xin Zhao fed up. Even Soraka's on a killing spree. I don't know. That was just going with it. I mean, it can't hurt, right? Definitely making sure I'm not going to die. That's what's good. So, yeah. Definitely good. Positioning on your ultimate is also pretty important on this character. When you charge in, if you can hit, the more players you hit, the better, obviously, but a lot of people dive in just to get that extra little bonus and then die a second later. Positioning in team fights is pretty key, and unless you're a really straight tank, you don't use your ultimate defensively. I mean, I don't know. I just see a lot of people misuse it. That's all. So I don't know. That's my little complaint, my little spiel to everybody. Is if you're gonna use your ultimate, don't think you have to dive into the whole team and then ultimate just to get that little boost of defenses. It's not gonna save you when the whole team's murking you to death. Yeah, but that's like that. Like I said before, Xin Zhao is he's huge in the solo queue scene, just because of the fact, well, yeah, he provides so much utility, and like I said, you can take kills. But another huge thing that a lot of people don't take into consideration is the fact that you also provide a pretty good defense for your AD carry. I mean, if you look at all your abilities, your ultimate is a great way to save your AD carry. If you don't hit them or anything, it's, you know, you're gonna completely knock them away from your AD carry to give them more time to basically destroy the other team. Plus you have a slow. I mean, that slow is like 50% when it's maxed. So if you take all that into consideration, plus a knockup, for the love of God, your AD carry is in pretty good shape, or any high priority target. You can lock almost anything down. With that being said, he's also great for dive comps because you could focus an AD carry in the same light. So again, that's just more great utility that Xin Zhao provides to your team. And definitely take advantage of that. A lot of people don't take advantage of Xin Zhao. And hopefully after this video you understand. I mean, yeah, he's such a great character. One of my favorites. One of my favorites for sure. The build is in the description. Although it's hard, I don't know if I'm gonna put the build description. I didn't say that in the intro because I don't know if I can really put a set build into the description. I can set a carry build in that's a kind of tanky, kind of CC, kind of damagey. But you have to understand that the what's the word? It's gonna change. It's gonna be variable to whatever your opponents are throwing at you. So you want to kind of be adaptable, but there is always a cookie cutter sort of what's the word? Build that'll work almost every time. Anyways, we're just finishing this game up. We've pretty much murked the other team completely. There's nothing they can do. We shut them out beautifully. Just doing the late game jitters, having fun, charging on everyone there. I can't. I tried to chase. I watched Vayne run away, and I was like, is there any chance I can get her? If I flash from that wall, maybe. I used my Iron Locket there, which is totally nice. First time all game, I think. And 2 people still died, but I think Pantheon actually ran into the base. Yeah, see, there you go. That's a perfect example of the flash to position. I mean, it wasn't really useful in that sense because I totally blew it, but you know, that was a pretty good flash position. Anyways, that's my Xin Zhao. The build's in the description. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you have any suggestions or anything, let me know. But as always, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. And I will see you soon with another video. Throw it out there. That's all. Take care, guys.